Okay, so we chant the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 3 times. Take a deep breath in. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we discussed about the main 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu in a previous session. Has anyone read? I sent a message, second canto.
I read,
Uh,
but can't remember all those questions in one reading. Because he asks, he starts in one part and then he asks
So many
question,
questions,
and
yes.
then the questions are detailed and I can't imagine the answers, but the questions themselves are
Yes.
not simple. He asks him very detailed question.
Hmm. Yeah.
I remember one the about how the universe is placed in the Virat Kosh.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I remember that
Okay.
question.
Good.
But there's a lot more detail.
Yeah. Yeah. So see, Parikshit Maharaj at the beginning also he asked several questions. He started with what a person should do when who is about to die, right? Then the whole conversation started. So just we go a little deeper to understand what we can learn from these great personalities. Now Parikshit Maharaj is asking these questions from Shukdev Goswami, right? And when we move forward, there are so many questions, so many topics, subjects are related to the Grihas ashram, household life. Now, Shukdev Goswami is beyond sannyasi, Paramahamsa. So, how can somebody ask the relationship, I mean, the questions relating to the relationship between couples, married couples? But see, this shows the beauty of our Vedic culture because this whole subject matter with regard to the relationship in the household family is considered as the very scientific, right? Now, the topics relating to the household life, if we are focusing on discussing and understanding about this whole concept of Grihas ashram, then it becomes very educative. There is no lust involved in that because the whole creation is based on that, right? So, how can that, the basic foundation on which the whole creation is based, that can be so impure? It's not a sin, it's pure, right? But the way now in Kali Yuga, the way it is presented in a very polluted way, degraded way, then it has been converted into lust. So coming back to this, so Parikshit Maharaj is asking these questions from Shukdev Goswami. Now, the way he is asking questions and the way Shukdev Goswami is answering, from that we can learn, that when the disciple, I would not use the word student because student is not appropriate for this concept. The way disciples ask question in a very inquisitive way from the Guru, and when the Guru answers the question, so Guru also answers in a very tactful manner, that is answer, from his answer another question can sprout, so that the conversation continues. So Parikshit Maharaj asked these questions, what you mentioned, one of the questions you mentioned. Then he said that, now I leave it up to you. According to my qualification, according to what I deserve to learn, then you answer. Because I don't have further questions to ask. I don't know what to ask. So he's in a very surrendered mood. Not like, I'm so intelligent, I want to ask you this question. No. I don't know further what questions I should ask.
He mentions that now my love for the Supreme Being is so so deep. So this is now I want to know more. Then
Yes,
starts asking those questions.
correct, correct. Now see this also initially, if we focus on that, what Parikshit Maharaj asked initially. So Shukdev Goswami just told him, just surrender to Krishna, just do Krishna Bhakti. That's over, right? Now for 7 days you just keep on doing that. So they didn't stop there because both of them, the guru and disciple, they knew that what kind of psychology, what kind of mindset people in Kali Yuga will have. So to quench their thirst, people like us in Kali Yuga, to quench our thirst, that conversation went on for 7 days, 7 nights. Neither Parikshit Maharaj nor Shukdev Goswami, they got up from their seat to attend to nature's call or to eat or drink anything, or sleep also. They were not bothered for 7 days, 7 nights. Now, people they do this Sapta, Bhagavad Sapta and all that. Of course, it has its own place according to the customs, but it's not of that level, that caliber. That's why the benefits are very, very limited. Even the speakers also, their intention is different, and the audience they are not so keen to learn. They just for the sake of formality, just keep on doing it. Okay, this is what according to our customs, traditions we are supposed to do. We just do it. That's why the result, what it should be seen, we cannot see that. So as you said, one of the questions Parikshit Maharaj asked, but in the beginning, what he asked, that the gigantic form you mentioned, Virat Swarup, when he created the world, created the whole creation, not only the world, only this world, that how that whole thing came into existence and how he planned that and what was the necessity of that to create this. So before all of you came, we were discussing, Anilji and myself, about Durga. Who is Durga? If someone remembers from our previous discussion, who is Ma Durga?
The god, like who do you mean?
Hmm?
What do you mean? The goddess form, right?
Yeah, goddess form, but who is she?
Parvati. Goddess of Shakti.
Hmm?
Goddess of Shakti.
Yes, he is Shakti and Shiva and Shakti. That's also, we have different categories. Vishnu Tattva, we are Jiva Tattva, right? So Lord Shiva and Parvati, they come in the Shiva Tattva. So they are in between. Brahma also is Jiva Tattva. So we Jivas, we can be promoted, elevated to the level of Lord Brahma. But we Jivas cannot become Shiva because Shiva is his own category, Shiva Tattva. We can become associates of Lord Shiva, but cannot become Lord Shiva. We can also become associates of Lord Vishnu, and we can also, acquire the form, Chaturbuj form, four-arm form of like Lord Vishnu, Swarupa, Mukti, but we cannot become like him. So yeah, the Shiva Tattva, Shiva and Shakti. So what we were discussing, what I said. So when Mahavishnu wanted to create the material creation, he just glanced at the energy as Shakti. He did not come in direct contact with Shakti because he's very detached from the material energy. So his glance personified became Shambhu. That's the original form of Shiva. And then that Shambhu form manifested in each universe in different Rudra forms. Like Lord Vishnu also manifests himself in different universes as Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and each individual as Shirodakshay Vishnu. So Shambhu also manifests in each universe in the form of different Rudras. What's the meaning of Rudra?
Eye,
Sorry?
third eye. Is that also is that also a reference?
No, not third eye. Not exactly that.
Rudra is also what you chant, right? You know,
That's Rudraksh.
Rudra.
The Rudraksh is from the tears of Lord Shiva, Rudraksh. Rudra.
In general, common day life, day, everyday language, Rudra form, iska Rudra roop ho gaya, means anger and, maybe fiery and anger. That's what I understand. Maybe there's more to it.
One of the meanings is, like you said, or no, that who causes devastation, right? Annihilation. So when anything is devastated, so how the person who thinks that that object, that subject belong to him and that is taken away, so how that person would feel? वो रुदन करेगा ना, you start crying, right?
Anger.
Correct. So one meaning is that literal meaning, that apparently people who are attached to the material objects, Lord Shiva can cause Rudra, Rudan for them, the Sarudra. And on the other hand, he also bestows the knowledge, though he is in charge of, there are three gunas, right? Sattva, Rajas, and Tamo. So which guna is controlled, influenced by Lord Shiva? Tamas. Brahma, passion, Lord Vishnu, Sattva gun, and Lord Shiva, Tamo gun. He is in charge of Tamo gun, but he is not Tamoguni. He is not ignorant. He is full of knowledge. So when someone surrenders to Lord Shiva, so Lord Shiva can bless that person to acquire the knowledge, so that at the time of devastation, not only the devastation, at the time when anything is taken away from that person doesn't feel depressed, doesn't cry. He should have that ability to be detached. Okay, doesn't belong to me. Okay, that's fine. That's the nature of the material world. So Lord Shiva bestows that knowledge also. So he doesn't make people tamoguni. He's in charge of tamogun, but actually he can elevate people from tamogun to sattvagun. That's the ability Lord Shiva has. So coming back to that point, so Lord Shiva comes to this material world. In this world, if you read Bhagavatam later, we'll discuss that. How Lord Shiva came into existence, we discussed at your place, if you remember. We talked about it.
He was always there, right? He didn't have to come to existence. Maybe he was in a subtle form and not in a.
Yeah, in the Shambhu form he was there, but in each universe he manifests himself. He comes to each universe. So how does he come to the universe? How did he come to this universe, which is mentioned in the Bhagavatam? So when Lord Brahma was instructed in his heart by his master Lord Vishnu to create the progeny in this world, so Brahma first he created four Kumaras, four sons, Manasa, just by thinking he could create. Then he instructed his four sons, four Kumaras, to go and get married and produce children. So what did I say at your place that time? These four Kumaras, they were very intelligent. That's why they refused to get married. Right? So when they refused, and Lord Brahma saw that they were not obeying his orders, Brahma became very angry. And when he got angry, he frowned. So when he frowned, the tension created between his eyebrows, from that Rudra appeared, Lord Shiva appeared
From Brahma.
from Brahma. Yeah. Though he is superior in the Shambhu form, he is much, much higher than Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma also cannot become Shiva. But Lord Shiva comes in this universe, he came in this universe through Lord Brahma.
Okay, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
It's a bit.
Bit tricky?
No, it's not that it's tricky. It's a different school of thought, right? See, in spirituality, there are different schools of thought, right? Like there's Advaita, there's Dvaita. So in the what we have been taught, maybe again, different school of thoughts, right? We have always been taught that we are the Atma.
We are?
We are the Atma. Right?
Yes, we are, of course.
We have to realize that we are the Atma, right? So in simple forms, you generally tend to say there's God within me, and that same God, that same Atma, which is unchanging and will never change over time, is within each person,
Yes,
right? And we have to realize we are the Atma.
Yes.
So there's Dvaita and Advaita, where there's separation from God, and one school of thought where you are God. So where is right? There is one school of thought where there is no separation, right? That you are Atma, Atma is God, in simple words, right?
Mm-hmm.
To a spiritual sort of knowledge when you learn. So where does this school of thought fit in to the Bhagavatam school of thought? Because the Bhagavatam school of thought is the creation is all on the outside, right? Like you are separate, right? But the school of thought where you have learned from a couple of scriptures is that this Advaita, where you and God are one, and you have to only recognize that you actually are God,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is not, that's why when you die, they tell you, right? It's not that the Atma dies, it's not the
No.
Atma doesn't go anywhere, it just is everywhere.
Yes, yes.
So that is a different approach to spirituality, right? And this Bhagavatam topic is fully about creation.
Mm.
So it's quite a different approach, right?
Mm.
So where does
Yeah.
that fit in?
Yeah,
Into
thank
the
you for raising
approach?
this point. See, we are not God exactly, we are godly. There is difference between becoming God or God and becoming godly. We have the qualities what God has, but very minute quantity. God has unlimited. Those qualities God has unlimited. Like one of the sessions I gave the example of if we take a droplet, a drop of water from sea, and if we check in the laboratory, the chemical combination of that drop will be the same like the water in the sea. But the drop cannot claim that I'm sea. No, part of the sea. Quality wise, water's quality wise, same. No doubt about it. But quantity wise, there's difference. So we can become godly, but we cannot become God. The in one of the sessions we talked about the five basic things what our scriptures teach us. Ishvara, then Prakriti, then Jiva, hmm, then Kala and Karma. So we are Jiva Tattvas. Prakriti is energy of the Lord, and Ishvara is the Supreme Person, and Kal the time factor, and our Karma. Now let's see how who remembers that. Out of these five, which one is eternal, or how many of them are eternal? Ishvara is eternal, yes. Hmm? Kal, okay. Huh? Yes. Ishvara, now we are part and parcel of the Ishwar Jiva. So Jiva also eternal. As you said, Atma is eternal. Atma cannot be destroyed. Our body can be destroyed because which is made of five elements, right? So Ishvara is eternal, Jiva also eternal, Jiva Atma is eternal, Prakriti is eternal, Kal also eternal. Our karma is not eternal. Once we pay for bad karma, that karma is over. And once we are rewarded for good karma, that karma is over. So karma is not eternal. But
Again,
other four.
sorry, isn't it also again the school of thought of Advaita and Dvaita? Like, isn't it depend on like how it's taught?
Yes, of course, it depends on that.
Yeah, because there's some who believe there's no difference, right? Also, like many people say there's no such thing as Jivatma. Some spirituality thought they just say there's no such thing as Jivatma and Paramatma. It's
What?
just all like there's a difference between Advaita and Dvaita, right? There's different
I understand your
different
point. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
right?
yes.
So like when we are taught, like maybe when we're learning the Bhagavad Gita, when we're learning other scriptures, there they just talk about just the Atma. That's it. Nothing about Ishwar and like so isn't it like
Yeah, so see, in this kind of situation, we need to see uh, the authorities which you are talking,
yeah,
from where we are learning, and which one makes more
sense
sense.
to us?
Which one makes more sense, right? Now, if you go from the Buddhist perspective also, because that also is part of Vedas, Vedic culture, they talk about zero, nirvana, right? They say everything at the end becomes zero, nothing, darkness. So, from their perspective, they are right, because that also is part of our Vedic preaching. So there are different
Different
stages,
schools of, yeah.
different schools of thoughts and different stages also.
Mm.
And according to our spiritual evolvement, what is the appropriate knowledge that will be revealed? Not only will be revealed in our heart, but whenever we hear or whenever we discuss with others, we can relate to that subject matter. We won't get confused because then we have come to that level where we can relate to that. Am I making sense here?
Yeah.
So yes, there are different thoughts also in our Vedic culture. Even atheists also, they are not rejected. They don't believe in God. Yes, okay, fine. You find your own way to get moksha. So they are not rejected. Nobody is rejected in our Vedic culture.
This school of thought that Advaita, everything is Atma, in that school of thought, I have heard that ये जगत भी मिथ्या है. हाँ, so then
Maya.
here we are talking creation, we are talking jagat. So
Yeah.
from different standpoint of view,
We talked about this also, mithya. Like many people say Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya, right? Brahma is the only truth. Whatever other things we see, that is fake, false,
Yeah.
right?
It's a Maya.
Yeah, it's Maya. Of course, it's Maya.
Yeah.
So in Dvaita philosophy, we say that Jagat also is true. Creation is true, but it's temporary, right? I gave you example. Supposing I won't do that, but if suppose I go and kill somebody, and in my defense I say, oh, this is dream, we are living in the dream world. I should not be punished. Will my defense statement be accepted in the court of law? No. So yes, it is true, only it's temporary. If it was false, everything was false, then why should we get a creation of our karma?
I think it's about changing and not changing more than true and false, right? We say that in the Advaita theories that the truth never changes. So
Yeah, absolute. Yes.
the truth is always the truth, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
killing is, no, the world is untrue because it keeps on changing according to that theory, right? Like what it is now, after half an hour, it's different.
Yeah, so we can say in that way, in one perspective of looking at it, because it is changing, we say it is not true. But for the even the minutest duration of time when it is existing, it is true
Yeah, at that moment. Yeah.
at that moment. Yes, correct. So we need to understand from that perspective. So it is temporary. It is Maya. It is temporary. So you mentioned about absolute. That's only the truth, right? Now, truth, if it is true, if it is absolute, it doesn't change. It's eternal. And that's the quality of our Atma. And not only it doesn't change, it is eternal, it doesn't change. It is full of knowledge. Because it is full of knowledge, it is not affected by the changes happening in the changing world. People who are full of knowledge, they are not affected. They are transcendental. They don't get so much affected like we become affected. If something changes, like see the weather is changing now, how we get affected.
So
And
sorry.
and it is full of knowledge and it is blissful. When the person is full of knowledge, he always will be blissful. Now there is difference between being blissful and just being happy. Happiness is temporary in the temporary world because it is we relate to that happiness. If something happens according to our choice, our expectation, our anticipation, we are happy. If something goes against our wish, our desire, we become unhappy. So that is happiness and distress. But when we come to that level of blissfulness, because that is sprouting from the knowledge of eternity, that I am the Atma, I am eternal. Whatever is happening, whatever changes are happening, that is happening to my body. So such a person can remain blissful always. You're going to say something?
I'm sorry. No, so to some extent, you can say like the Atma is God to a certain extent, like how even Krishna said, right, to Draupadi, that you called me other places, but you look within, so you can to a simple form, you can say that the Atma is Krishna. Because Krishna himself told Draupadi, when you called me Hridaya Vyasi, that's when I came. Right? So,
Yes.
in a simple form.
Yeah. So see, the one part is Atma, that is Jiva Atma, and other is Paramatma. Both are within the heart.
Yeah.
Paramatma is witness. He doesn't get affected by our karma, Jivatma's karma. He only observing, witnessing what the person is doing. And it is Jivatma's responsibility for his or her karma. It is Jivatma's responsibility. And now this also, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna told Arjuna, there was no time when you were not there, I was not there. And there won't be any time in future when you won't exist, I won't exist. So these are separate. Paramatma, you say Paramatma, Bhagwan, and Jivatma, they are separate. Merging is not so much encouraged. That's one form of mukti, merging. Swarupya, we said, who's residing in the same loka also, so loka. So it is one form of mukti. But what happens, when people they merge into the Brahma Jyoti, now what is the basic nature of Atma? What is the basic nature of Atma?
It doesn't change. It
No, of course it doesn't change. My perspective is like, supposing if we are put in one room and that room is locked, how long can we stay alone? How long?
पानी चाहिए, खाना चाहिए, सोने चाहिए,
If those things are supplied to you
supply.
from under the door, how long one can stay alone, even if all the amenities are provided, but without interacting with another living being, person will go crazy. That's the basic nature of Atma, interaction. So when people they get so frustrated because they think we are being exploited, taken undue advantage of in this world. Other people are exploiting us. So such people, they want to stay alone. They think, that's the liberation. I don't want to deal anyone with anyone. Just leave me alone. Many times we say, right? Leave me alone. Correct? But how long can we stay alone? Because the basic nature of Atma is to interact, to associate with other living beings. When people cannot find other human beings, they have their pets, dogs and cats, right? Because that's the nature of the soul, to interact with other living beings. So when they merge into the Brahma Jyoti, after even millions and millions of years, they stay there. After they feel this is not what I want. I want association. And this kind of atmosphere or this kind of concept is created. I learned from my clients who are Buddhists. In Buddhism, just stay alone, silence, don't do anything. And that will help you to nirvana. You'll qualify to get liberated. Yes, if they want that kind of liberation, they don't want to associate with somebody, yes, they can get that. But eventually they will come down because they don't want that. They cannot stay in that kind of environment for a long time because it is against the nature of the spirit soul, living being. So they cannot stay there for a long time. Right? So coming back to this point, I just wanted to speak about these questions and answers between Parikshit Maharaj and Shukdev Goswami. So we were talking about what kind of questions should we ask, and then how that Shukdev Goswami is answering the questions. Answering the questions in such a way that it creates more curiosity in the heart of the disciple to learn more. And this is the way the things are revealed or shared, imparted to. Now, if you read the text, what was the reason that Shukdev Goswami became so popular as a guru? He became so popular. He became more popular than Brahma. Brahma is actually the original receiver of the knowledge directly in the heart. The knowledge was 4 Vedas were given to Lord Brahma in the heart. manifested in the heart of Lord Brahma through the mercy of Lord Vishnu. So he is the first disciple. But more than Lord Brahma, Narada Muni is worshipped. Now, why Narada Muni is worshipped more than Lord Brahma? Though Brahma is more knowledgeable.
I got a curse, right? He was cursed.
Yeah, that also was there. His own son cursed him that he will not be worshipped. He won't have any temple. But without temple also, Narada Muni also doesn't have any temple. But Narada Muni is more glorified than Lord Brahma. Because Lord Brahma, in his whole existence, jnana is more prominent. But when it comes to Narada Muni, bhakti is more prominent. So devotion unto the Lord, that can make the person worshipable more than the jnanis. Now Lord Brahma, though he had the jnana, the jnana was kind of illuminated in his heart by Lord Vishnu himself, but he was bewildered. The Brahma's Vimohan Leela or Sammohan Leela. Lord Brahma could not believe that Krishna is God. When he was told that Lord Vishnu has appeared as Krishna, Brahma could not believe. Because he saw Krishna was a small boy sitting surrounded by his friends, cowherd friends, and they were giving him food, and Krishna was holding the food in his left hand and eating. So Brahma said, the person who does not have even basic sense that one should not eat with the left hand, how can that person be God? So Brahma wanted to test him whether he is really God or not. So some Leela he created that Krishna was, for some time, he was away from his friends. So Brahma stole all his friends and calves and put them in the Brahmaloka. For him, it was only for few moments, but on Prithvi Loka, it became 1 year. So when Brahma did that, when Krishna came and he couldn't see his friends and calves, he immediately understood Brahma is the culprit. So Krishna himself manifested in the form of his friends and the calves for 1 year. Sorry?
He duplicated the whole scene.
Duplicated, yeah, like that. Depending on how many boys were there, friends were there, according to that, he expanded himself. And the calves also, not only the cowherd boys, but calves also. So when Brahma, he thought that, few moments are over, now let me see. So when he saw all the boys were there, cows were there. Then he was bewildered. He said, what happened? Then he checked in his Brahmaloka, they were sleeping there. He put them in Yoga Nidra. All of them, they were sleeping. Then Brahma realized. So when he came down, then Krishna expanded, all the cowherd boys were there. All of them, they got four-arm form, Vishnu form, Chaturbhuj form. And then Brahma offered prayers. So it is said, Brahma, when he offered prayers, Krishna didn't even want to look at him. Though he is the engineer, architect of the whole universe. And Krishna appointed him to do that. So he is the supreme person, supreme being, living being in the universe, whole universe. When he offered the prayers, Krishna didn't want to look at him. In one of the sessions, I think we discussed. And on the other hand, my Lord Indra also was bewildered. Indra also did not believe Krishna is God. So Indra poured so much rain, right, on the whole Brajamandal for 7 days, 7 nights. And Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill to protect all the citizens, all the living beings, creatures in Brajamandal. And then Indra came down. He brought the Surabhi cow and did the Abhishek of Krishna with the milk from the cow and then offered nice prayers. So Krishna blessed him. Krishna was very pleased with his prayers. And Krishna blessed him and told him that, I promise you that I will protect your son on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Arjuna. Arjuna is Indra's son, right? So comparison, if we do, if we make, between Indra and Brahma, Brahma is much, much higher. In Brahma's 12 hours, 14 Indras change. So if we see from the lifespan perspective, Brahma lives longer than Indra. Only in 12 hours, 14 Indras change. So he was only one of those 14 Indras. So position wise also he was much, much lower than Brahma. Brahma was superior to him. But when Brahma offered prayers, Krishna didn't bother. But when Indra offered prayer, Krishna blessed him. What could be the reason? Brahma only stole his coward friends and calves. But Indra, when he created so much storm, havoc, all the creatures were affected, badly affected. He did not only bother the coward boys and calves, everybody, all the citizens, and all the animals, birds, everybody was affected. But in spite of that, Krishna blessed him. Can you guess why that difference?
Brahma was more knowledgeable and he shouldn't have done it, and Indra was just a devata.
See, when Brahma committed that offense, he separated Krishna from his devotees. And when Indra committed offense, he created a situation for Krishna that all his devotees came together with Krishna. So when Krishna sees that somebody is trying to separate him from any devotee, Krishna doesn't like that person. Even that person may be Brahma, who cares? But when Krishna sees that somebody is trying to bring my devotees together, closer to me, Krishna is very pleased with that person. And Krishna then ignores all the other offenses done by that person. First of all, the person won't become offensive. But if, due to the influence of Maya, Triguna, that person commits any offense, Krishna takes that as a pinch of salt. Major thing is that, oh, he brought that person to me. He created a situation that my devotee came closer to me. So for 7 days, 7 nights, all the Brijavasis, they were close to Krishna. They stayed with Krishna. So Krishna was very pleased because of that. So the point I wanted to make, because Narada Muni is a devotee. Brahma is a jnani. So bhakti always surpasses jnana, vairagya also. And Narada Muni's disciple is Vyasadeva, who compiled all the Vedic literature. And Vyasadev's son and disciple is Shukdev Goswami. So it's a disciplic succession. And from this, we can learn that when we need to choose a guru or person to who can surrender, we need to see that what kind of caliber that person has. One of the meaning of guru is very grave, very deep. It's not cheap. Unfortunately, now in our Indian society, guru tattva has become very cheap. Every now and then, there are so many gurus are produced in India. But guru is not so cheap, very grave. We are entrusting our life in somebody's hands. So that person has to have that kind of depth and height. Depth from the perspective of knowledge and height from the transcendental realization. So for that person should be self-realized soul. And then if somebody surrenders to such a person, then that person also can become elevated. So this we can learn from that. And when Shukdev Goswami started narrating the Bhagavatam, all other great sages who appeared before, much before Shukdev Goswami, they also came to listen to him. Narada Muni also was there. Suta Goswami was there. Angela Muni, all these sages, Munis were there. Because Shukdev Goswami was not narrating all these instances, the history of Bhagavatam, the Leelas of the Lord, just to get the name and fame. He was not bothered. His intention was to help Parikshit Maharaj to get liberated. That was his pure intention. Not that I should become a famous like a guru and all that. No. So that is the what kind of teacher a guru should have, what kind of position a person should have as a guru. And then disciple also in a very submissive manner he was asking. And after asking so many questions, then he said, now I leave it up to you. According to my qualification, my understanding, what I deserve, you tell me. I leave it up to you. What do you think that I should be learning from you? Tell me. Not in a very demanding way. I only 7 days left, just quickly you tell me all these things. No. It's up to you. So starting with that, the prominent question that when that you mentioned that Virat Swarup, when Virat Swarup created so many universes and each universe, so many planets, and in each planet, so many living beings, living and non-living. So how these things manifested? How these things came into existence? Please tell me that. And the first person who was created by the creator is Lord Brahma. Right? So how was he created? Then after Brahma, who was created? And how those subsequent living beings came into existence? And in the intermission time, annihilation time, what happens to those living beings? Where do they go? If they don't get liberated, then where do they go? What happens to them? Does anyone know what happens to them?
So the living beings that don't get liberated
Yes,
come back, right?
they come back. Before that, yes, yes. They go into the womb of Mahavishnu. They take shelter there. So annihilation is also in one of the sessions we talked about it. There are different annihilations. After each day of Brahma, then after the whole lifespan of Brahma, partial devastation and complete devastation. It happens. So at the time of partial devastation, annihilation, all the living beings who are not liberated, they take shelter in the womb of Mahavishnu. And for 12 hours of Lord Brahma, they have to wait because the night lasts for 12 hours. And after those 12 hours are over, when Brahma's day starts, subsequent day starts, then all again they come into the material world. So in one way, we can say that everybody is residing in the body of that Virat Swarup or Mahavishnu. So that also is sort of liberation, right? Yes or no?
So everybody, no matter what their deeds they've done.
Yes. No matter what they did. But that's not liberation. Liberation means, getting the original spiritual form and being with the Lord with the mood of serving Him. So when the living beings whose business is not over yet or not got liberated yet, when they go and reside in the womb of Mahavishnu, they are not able to serve Mahavishnu there. They also just sleep till they are brought out again, manifested again, according to their karma. So which universe they should go on, and in that universe also, which planet they should be sent, and what kind of form they should have. So this also one of the questions Parikshit Maharaj asked, that who decides that what kind of form the living being should get, and how long that cycle keeps on going. When does it end? So to that particular question, when does it end? When that cycle ends? Shukdev Goswami said, when someone surrenders, after surrendering, when the person follows the instructions of the Supreme Lord and serves Him and has a desire to serve Him eternally, non-stop. So when the desire is like that, then the person gets liberated. Because constant serving is not possible in the material world for people like us, right? We are pulled in different directions for different things. So that desire can be fulfilled only when the person is liberated. So then Krishna will take that person back.
He said everybody has to come back.
Yes.
Then when you come back, then we serve.
Sorry, come again. When we come back, then
We continue serving.
No, he said, he's like, how does the person who come back finally gets liberated?
Only when we get served. But where do we serve?
no, when we have the desire to serve, when we have the desire to serve the Lord eternally, non-stop, constantly, so that desire can be fulfilled when we are not bothered by different obligations.
Where does that happen?
Then we go to his loka, no?
From Allah.
Yes. Then we don't have to go to any office to earn money.
So this is also in connection with that how they tell you the Garud Puran. But people are so scared of the Garud Puran. They tell you get fried in oil and all these things.
No, those are
But
the.
it's just an imagery. That's why do you think half the people don't like to keep Garud Puran? Because they're so scared. I know it's just imagery. Okay.
It's not imagine. No, it is not imagine. It's not somebody's
No, and
imagination.
it's just like an
Image.
imagery. Like it's not like really like so people get fried in oil.
Yeah, yeah.
They do bad things.
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay.
But I thought you said we all
Then
go
you
into
just said you go into
stomach.
the stomach of Lord Vishnu.
Where do we get
That is
fried
at the
in
time
oil?
of annihilation. That's that. As long as Brahma's 12 hours the day is going on,
Yeah,
After you right?
after you fry, then you go there.
it's not that
You
Lord,
have made everything into compact.
no, no,
It's not
actually,
so fast.
Lord Vishnu is health conscious. He doesn't eat any deep fried food.
I had a question.
No,
About frying in oil.
No, see, within that, the 12 hours of Lord Brahma, living beings take so many different births, so many times the person dies,
yeah.
right? So, according to the sinful activities, the person has to go to that particular hellish planet to pay the
Yeah.
penalty. So, it will happen. It's not, Garuda Puran doesn't say about the time of annihilation. People go to,
They're talking about like in the beginning stages, what happens to them.
no, not in the beginning stages,
In
in
those
between,
12 hours,
in between,
Hmm?
in between, in between stages, between two lives.
Between two lives.
But
Okay.
you said it's
See,
12.
for example, you were supposed to be fried for 12 hours, but the annihilation happens at 8. Then you go and rest in in Mahavishnu. Yeah.
Okay, one second.
Yeah.
So Garud, all the Purana and the Bhagavatam have to be in
Yeah, yeah,
together,
yeah.
right? It can't
Of
be
course.
like one is saying one thing.
No, no, of course,
So
of course.
when a person passes away, okay, say for example,
Yeah.
the subconscious mind
Yeah.
goes and does whatever needs to be done according to their karma, right? They say the first 12 days, the subconscious mind is just around listening.
Atma also is around.
But Atma is permanent, no.
Yeah, so it's around, no?
Yeah, but that's different. I'm talking about the individual person, right? The subconscious mind where you have.
See, the subconscious mind cannot function without the energy received from
Okay,
Atma.
so individual person, whatever
Yes.
to make it simple.
Living being, yeah.
Living being is
Without any physical form.
yeah, without any physical form is around for the first 12
Yes,
days.
yes,
Right?
yes,
Right?
yes.
So then according to their karma, they go to what they have to do.
Get fried.
Yeah.
So supposing they're a bad person.
Yeah, but see, after 12 days, they don't go to that wherever, whichever planet, whether it's hellish planet or heavenly planet,
So after how many
Big-
days they go?
12 months.
After 12 months.
Yes.
So in those 12 months,
Where are they?
it depends on
The
what-
journey goes on to the Yamaloka.
Okay.
So that journey continues. That's the reason during 12 months also there are some ceremonies
yes,
to be
yes.
performed.
Yes.
So that through those ceremonies done by the descendants, the offsprings, the living being gets some strength
Yes.
to move forward.
But the first 12 days, they are closer.
They are closer in that area where the person
yes.
lives because that
Yes.
attachment is there,
Is
no?
there, right? Yeah.
And that's the reason we light the lamp,
Lamp.
right, for
The
10
Leo.
days.
Yes.
Correct. Because the light, the flame, fire, it has the ability to create the detachment.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then 12 months is the journey to go to the Loka, right?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
wherever they
To Yampuri, yes.
in those 12, that journey is not the frying journey.
No.
So, so after they reach, then it's like almost like they have to decide.
No, the 12 months takes the preparation time, no, before
Yes,
flying.
yes, before frying. Okay.
Yeah,
So after they go 12
After they
months,
reach,
after they reach the 12
Got me
months,
marinated.
Marinated.
so after you reach the 12th month, after you reach the location of
Yeah,
Yamuna Lok, okay, to decide what you have done, your fate basically,
yeah.
according to your karmas,
Yeah.
then you tell us then.
Yeah, so there are different types of hellish planets.
Yeah.
Now, this also the journey for people who are not devotees, who have not done any devotional service, spiritual
They
practice.
tell you right in the Garu Puran what you haven't done, if you haven't even given $1 in the temple, you have, yeah, okay, like depending on that
Correct,
actions.
correct. So the path also is different
Yes.
for different people.
Okay.
So people who are devotees, they don't have to go through that, that Baitarani Nadi is called the river.
Yes. Okay.
So I don't want to go into details. So yes, people who are like sinful, they have to go through that river.
Okay.
And sometimes on the river, sometimes the path is made of copper. Underneath the copper there is fire, on top is sun, so the person cannot walk, cannot sit, cannot stand.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. But people are devotees, the path is very smooth.
For 12 months.
Yes, according to the earthly calculation it takes 12 months.
Yes.
According to the calculation of Yamaraj, it's only 1 day.
1 day. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you reach Yamaraj, and then you were talking about the lokas. Like depends on whether you go to the devtas or whether you go where. It depends
Yes.
on your
Yes.
on your.
Either the person is promoted to the heavenly planets
Yeah.
or demoted to the hellish planets, depending on the karma of the person.
Okay.
So see, these things, of course, they sound very scary and all that, very negative, but these are the facts.
Yeah. That's
These are the
what I tell
facts.
people when they want to do the Garu Puran, but everybody says, "Ne, so choko ne karana." Because it's too scary. It's like horrible.
Ignorance is bliss, no?
Huh?
Ignorance is bliss.
Yes, exactly. Because they feel like, why would you want your loved ones to be there, to go to these places?
But why do they think that their loved one will be going like that, will be tortured like that?
This is the comment. Everybody not to do Garu
Right?
because they're scared.
See, the thing is that we have become so conditioned living in this world that we don't want to face the reality.
Yeah.
Right? We don't want to face. Now, supposing we go out now, we see some police constables coming from the other side. Will we be scared? If we have not committed any crime, why should we be scared? We just take, as an employee of government, they're doing their job.
Right.
So same way, what is mentioned in Garuda Purana, if we have not done anything wrong, just for the sake of learning, what is mentioned, why to get scared? Why to get scared?
Yeah.
So people have to rise, beyond certain level, that conditioned level, that accept these are the facts. Vyasadeva has compiled this information for the, so that we can become cautious.
Yes.
It is not, he has not compiled this information to scare us, just to make us cautious, how we should behave in this material world. If we don't behave, we don't follow the injunctions stipulated in the scriptures, whimsically we do something, then of course we have to face the consequences.
as a human being, at one point in time, everybody must have done something wrong.
Yes, yes, of course.
It's a very broad statement. I mean, doing something wrong would be something so minute or something as big as murder. So it's still doing something wrong.
Yes, I agree. So, what's your question?
जितना कर्म बुरा किया उतना सब
Yeah, the
बुरा।
Karupura
So then
actually gives you the
proportionally
levels,
you
right?
said that
Like if you've done small stuff, you have
Yes.
we all
small
have done
for
a
shorter
bit for
time.
someone.
So the
Because
penalty,
in Quran,
no,
they say, okay, so she thinks everybody's scared. But as a human being, I don't think there's anybody who hasn't done anything wrong. So we have to face.
But that
Yes.
crying is like people who are really bad. Like they're talking
Yeah,
about
what
like
is really
She
bad?
only talked about this one crying thing.
Because
There's
people
so
keep
many
on
things
talking.
in there. It's
Yeah,
not just one thing.
Maybe we are taking that crying
That's
very
what she said.
literally.
Is it just an image?
Maybe
Or
No,
is it
he's
reality?
saying
No,
it's
no.
true.
It is true.
Huh?
There are 26 or 28 different types of hellish planets. So it's not only everybody will be fried in the frying pan.
Yes.
Somebody can be steamed.
No, it says in the Garuda Puran that if you are so bad as in your life, you've never gone to a temple, you've never given a Brahmin any
So
money,
you will
you've
be
entered.
fried in oil.
No, like if you've done every single bad
That
thing and
thing,
you've never done
then you will-
anything good in your life.
If any single thing also somebody has done only once in life,
Yeah.
that person also can be spared from this kind of part.
Yes.
So there is a good side to it also. Here she's only talking about the bad side. There's other stuff that's mentioned that if you
Yeah, but
the
because the
whatever-
audience only listens to that, fried in oil.
yeah, I think we are losing
Yes.
that.
I'm not scared of
No, no, I'm
listening to
saying
Garuda, but
that
a lot of
Garuda
people
Puran-
don't like to listen to it.
Sorry?
I think
When
you
we
should
talk
hear
about
it.
karma, when we take our next birth, we anyway are given that next birth according to our karma, and we're
Yes.
supposed to suffer here.
Yes.
Why do we have to suffer being fried and here?
No.
Yeah, that's what I also asked.
See, like criminals also, right? Criminals, they are sent to prison for transformation, correct? And after that punishment is over, whatever penalty they have to pay or punishment they have to go, sentence they have to undergo, after that, either they improve, they are given chance to improve, right? Either they improve or they become worse, correct? So another birth is given for improvement. After repenting, whether we are repeating or we are stopping it, and that can open the doors for us for liberation.
Yeah, but sometimes the circumstances that you're born in are also determined by your past karma, right?
Yeah, so that also after the sentence is over, the effect of karma is still there. It's not that that sentence completely washes off the karma. No.
There's three types of karmas also, right?
Sorry.
There's three different types of karma. Like karma is divided, right? Sanchita karma, prarabdha, what we're doing today, what is from last birth or from previous births, collective karma, right?
There are different
One.
grades, different forms of karma, but when it comes to individual, of course, all this karma, the effect is collectively decided. How many billions of births ago we did something, so that karma, when it fructifies, we don't know. When that seed of that karma sprouts, we don't know. So that's they'll use the word sanchita karma.
Yeah.
That is collected for a long time.
Yeah.
Like in Mahabharata, I think we discussed about this. Dhritarashtra, he asked Krishna, why did I have to lose 100 sons on the battlefield? So Krishna told him that 100 lifetimes ago,
Yeah, you kill.
that you and your wife both were there. You were hunters. So you set the fire under the tree, and there were 100 birds sitting on the tree, and from top you put the net to kill them, and they got burnt. And their parents, they were trying to save them, they lost their eyes. So because of that, you lost your eyes. And he asked him, why did I have to wait for 100 births? Why didn't I have to pay immediately in the next birth? So Krishna said, that to get 100 sons in one birth, you have to do the pious activities.
Punya.
Punya. So it took 100 lifetimes for you to collect that kind of punya, good karma, so that you can get 100 sons in one lifetime. So karma doesn't leave us. It's temporary. After those 5 things what we discussed, karma is the only one which is not permanent. But sometimes it may seem like it's permanent. Right?
But it also can get reduced, right? They say like if God wishes, then the
Yes.
karma can be swiped away as well.
Swiped away, yes. The penalty can be reduced.
Yeah.
And also sometimes,
It can be reduced to almost nothing.
yeah,
right?
correct. That's the right word.
Yeah.
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 So, and also sometimes,
I said it can,
She said
like
can be
say,
swiped.
I mean,
I
like
don't believe
if
it can be
God
swiped.
wishes, like
He can lessen the burden
because
of the weight of the negative karma.
Yeah.
He can mitigate.
yeah.
now see here also there are 2 things, Priyaji. One is mitigation, what you said, or she also said, both words are right in a way. But those are like, done when we do praischita karma.
Yeah.
Atonement. When we really repent what we did was wrong, so that can have mitigating effect. But what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, the one who surrenders unto him, his karma is completely burnt. There is no seed left. When seeds are churned into powder and thrown into water, still they can sprout. But when the seeds are burnt completely,
There is no karma.
no life there.
So what is that?
That means
Devotional
it's totally
service.
gone.
When he says
Sorry?
surrender,
When you
what is that?
completely surrender.
Listen to his word.
Like there's nothing else except
But
him.
you can listen and then act like a.
No, that's
No,
important.
So
See,
that's what she's
Exactly, right?
saying. No, completely surrender means there is nothing
see,
else except Krishna.
when we talk
Or
about
except
surrendering to
God.
someone,
Yeah, what do you mean by surrender?
yeah, I want to ask you, what does it mean to you? When we say we surrender to someone, what does it mean to you?
Someone or to the Lord?
Someone, just in the material world also,
You're at that mercy. You're at the mercy.
at the mercy. So what happens if we are at somebody's mercy? We need to follow that person's instructions, right? What the person says. So same rule applies when we surrender. We say we are surrendering to God. That means we need to follow his instructions. God is not saying that just only sit in front of me and chant my name. Devotional service. Many dictionaries or most of the dictionaries they translate bhakti into devotion. Not only devotion, devotional service. Service is very important, right?
Like go and help some poor, needy people. That's what service, right? So that would be, I mean, gone the karma. That's not enough. I think, I think
Define that,
surrender.
please.
Sorry.
Can you define that for us?
Now I give you practical example. Supposing husband and wife both say we love each other. Husband goes to work in the morning, comes back in the evening, expecting some dinner from his wife. His wife says, I love you. I love you. I'm not going to cook for you anything, but I love you. What the husband would feel? And if on the other side, husband also tells wife, I love you, I love you. But what the wife needs something, she's expecting her husband to buy for her. No, 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 I won't buy, but I love you very much. What kind of relationship is that? Some active service is required. Interaction. Yes, interaction is required. Action is required. Bhakti is not passive. It's not passive. Chanting, hearing the glories is like beginning stages of bhakti. Action is required. Many times people they say that when we get liberated, it's like a holiday for us. Nothing to do there. That's why we want liberation. No, actually in the spiritual world there is more work. Because then there is no confinement of the body. There is no restriction what our material body makes us experience. If there are no restrictions, then do more, no? Do more service. You don't get any headache. You don't get any stomachache. You don't get hungry. You don't get thirsty. So when these kind of limitations are not there, requirements are not there, obstacles are not there, then you have more time to do service. So in the spiritual world, there is more service waiting for us whenever we go.
I'm completely out of topic, sorry, but like, I can never forget this one thing. When Shilu's son Suraj passed away, right?
Huh.
When Shilu's son Suraj passed away, maybe 6 months after that, I was really missing him. So I was very upset and I was crying for a few days, for a week. And in the night, and there's some dreams that are very real.
Hmm.
They're not dreams.
Hmm.
I saw him
Mm-hmm.
in my house, and he said to me, Anushka, why are you crying? I'm so happy. I am so busy. I have to do
Wow.
so much Swami's work.
Wow.
Don't cry. I'm really busy there. Huh? Don't
Oh.
worry about me. I'm fine.
Wow.
And when he said, I'm so busy doing work, doing Swami's work, when you said that, it occurred to me that he was like, I'm so busy. I have to do so much work over here. I'm really busy.
Yes.
Don't miss me. I'm very busy.
Yes.
So, like, and it really looked like I'd seen him. Like he was there telling me I'm very busy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there must be something that.
Of course,
when
devotional
somebody
life
dies,
is.
they're doing some work.
But when do we do that work? That was my question. When we get to know that.
Yeah, when we go to that loka, whatever assignment is given to us, we have to do that, no?
That's
After liberation.
After liberation.
Yeah. Yeah. What to speak of going to the spiritual world, even in this material world also, in the heavenly planets. Yes, of course, there is more enjoyment, but for enjoyment also some action is required, right? We cannot just sit and enjoy, right? So people who seek, who have the desire to go to the heavenly planets so that they can enjoy more. So for enjoyment also some work is required, some action is required. It's not just living in the dream world, fantasies. No, proper. Now enjoyment also in the Swarga Loka is proper enjoyment. All the senses person can enjoy, and without any limit, without getting tired, without getting exhausted. So that kind of enjoyment is there in the Swarga Loka. And we are talking about the spiritual world. Much more enjoyment there. Blissful. People feel very blissful there.
But from there, if you do something, there is a chance of coming back again.
No.
That's only in the Deval that you can.
Devaloka is a way to come
You
back.
can come back. But even
After
the
our good
Swarga,
karma exhausted.
you would never come back.
No. That is what Krishna promises in Bhagavad Gita. Once someone comes back to me, I assure that that person will never come back here. Never fall in this material world. That's Krishna's assurance.
Do you feel the people who are in that Swarga Lok can, they are no longer, that body is irrelevant, right? That person is not like, it's not Vinodji who's there, right? Do you feel?
You won't see me there. I don't want to go there.
No.
No, I understand your point. No. See, in Swarga Loka, people have the form according to which loka the person is.
In Swarga Lok, you don't come back.
Sorry?
Swarglok,
Swarga Loka what?
you will come back from Swarglok.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just asked you.
Swarga Loka we come back.
Swarglok, we come back.
After,
From Swarga Lok, you will come back.
yes, Swarga Loka will
That's
come
why
back.
he said, I don't want to
After
go there.
good loka, after our good karma, the account of good karma is exhausted, we come back.
Yeah, that's what I was asking you. From Swarga Lok, you will come back. You said no.
From not Brahmaloka. Brahmaloka also is in the material world. From the Vaikuntha Loka. Once we go to the Vaikuntha Loka, we don't come back.
Yeah.
Swarga Loka is still in the material world.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because I remember you saying in Swarga Lok you'll come back, but you said no.
No, Swarga Loka we come back. So Swarga Loka also, very seldom people can go there. People who perform many pious activities, they are.
Swarga Lok.
Yes, they are.
But okay, so do you feel in Swarga Lok they are still identified as that person?
Yes.
They are, right?
Yes.
So like, if I was to go there, I would still be punished.
Yes. Provided, anybody for that matter, provided that person leaves the body and immediately goes to that Swargaloka. So that person will be identified at this, because the person performed the pious activities in that form. No? So that's the person's identity the person is carrying. The body may not be there, but the identity will be there.
Yeah. Until you come back. Because, okay, again, sorry, talking.
No problem.
A lot today, but like, it, like, it's the same thing. Like Hero, she used to get dreams of my father-in-law, and he would tell her, "I can see your mom is not taking care of herself, and like, just be careful. She's gonna have a fall." And when he said that to her, a few days later, she had a
Oh my God. Wow.
He could tell her, "I can see Sham has 2 children." Like, that's why I'm asking, the person can identify, because he had come to her once in a dream and he told her everything about how many kids we had. And he passed away before we got married. So that means that person still,
Yes.
the Swarg Lok, can see when he wants to see.
Correct. What to speak of Swargaloka? Even from Narkaloka also people can see.
Isn't that attachment?
Huh?
Isn't that
Attachment? No.
because of attachment to what he was?
No, see, attachment means, after seeing, the person wants to come back. So they are just witnessing what is happening to my descendants, what is happening to my family members. They are not so much attached. Yes, they can be very caring, they can be concerned, but not attached.
Just like you sometimes look, you can see, right? Even without attachment, you can just see.
Yes.
Yeah, you're just witnessing. Like, how did he tell her to be careful that she's going to fall down. She really fell down after a few days.
Yeah. So these are these are instances which kind of validates what is mentioned in the scriptures.
I mean, I don't know where they are, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I understand your point. Yes.
You know.
Yes. So even people who are kind of suffering in the hellish planet, they also can see,
Yeah.
but they feel very helpless. They feel so sad. They don't know that my descendants are not doing anything for me to get elevated. But people who are elevated to the Swargaloka, they feel very happy. They feel very happy and they bless their children.
Yeah.
And such progeny prosper. So that's a fact. That's what is mentioned in scriptures. It's not only some kind of stories mentioned there,
But how would you
fictitious
know
stories.
if your relatives are stuck in it? You wouldn't know.
Sorry.
How would you know as a human being that your relatives are stuck and they need to transcend?
That is very difficult to find out. How to find out, whether somebody has gone. See, couple of times I think I mentioned that our society is such. Whenever anybody passes away, I'm not demeaning anybody's departure. I'm just saying in general. Whenever anybody passes away, what we say, उसका स्वर्गवास हो गया. He's gone to heaven. He's gone to heavenly abode. Right? Correct?
In Hindi, yeah.
In spite of knowing the person doesn't deserve to go to heaven, still we say that. It's a courtesy. Right? It's a proper social etiquette. But it is difficult to find out, whether the person has gone. Like she said, sometimes people, they appear in the dreams of the children. I'm suffering here. Please do something to free me from this hellish planet. Then people do something about it. Sorry? Shraddha or other rituals also can be done according to Karma Kanda. So that is the reason it's kind of from a Karma Kanda perspective, it is mandatory for the descendants to do something for the ancestors. So that, if they are in the heavenly planets, they can enjoy longer. If they are in the hellish planets, they can be elevated to the heavenly planets. Now, see in this, since we are talking about this, Bhagavad Gita, Mahatmya of one chapter, I don't know which particular chapter. Now, this also, from this you can understand how wonderful Krishna is. When somebody becomes Krishna's devotee and he becomes qualified to get liberated to go to Krishna Loka, to any Vaikuntha planet, but that person has some desire to enjoy the material objects, material senses. So Krishna doesn't want leave that person's desire unfulfilled. So this Gita, that chapter's Mahatmya, it is said, once one man was elevated to heavenly planets, the angels, they brought that person to Indra and told Indra, you get up from your seat and let this person sit here. So Indra asked Chitragupt, who keeps the accounts of the karma, what kind of pious activities this person has done. He has not given water to thirsty person. He has not fed a hungry person. He has not opened any temple. I don't see any good record. So what qualifies him to sit on my throne as Indra? So Vishnu Dutas told Indra that this person has not done any pious activities. But without fail, every day he was reading this chapter from Bhagavad Gita. And he was following the instructions given in that chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So that qualifies him. So not only that person sat on the throne of Indra, 21 generations, previous generations of that person, they also were brought to heaven from hellish planets. They also got elevated. So not only the person who becomes a devotee, that person of course can get liberated, but his ancestors can get elevated, if not liberated. So this is how Krishna does. So there is no loss at all to become his devotee. No loss at all. First of all, when we really, that also comes in the part, where we were discussing, we were supposed to discuss that also. That person becomes so purified, his consciousness becomes so purified. One of the incarnations is Shabda Avatar, sound incarnation of Krishna, his mantra, his name. So when person associates with that form, Shabda form, sound form, so that has purifying effect on the consciousness of the person. So when that person becomes purified, then there is no desire left in the heart to enjoy the material senses, which are very limited. Because the person gets elevated, he transcends the modes of nature, mode of ignorance, passion, and goodness. When he transcends this, then all the qualities of the material world, they completely get dissolved. So the desires also get dissolved. Then there is no desire left to enjoy the material objects with the material senses. When the person attains the stage of eternity, absolute, satya, then he also wants to enjoy eternally. Then why to waste time to enjoy temporarily here? Why to waste time here? So that happens to the person when he becomes really, really a good devotee, pure devotee. But that doesn't mean that whatever some simple service the person has done, it is not counted. There is no value. There is value because that whatever small service or little service for limited period of time the person has done, that will pave the path for the future service. And Krishna will create opportunities for that person to do more service and then eventually get liberated. So there is no loss at all in doing devotional service. Whatever little we can do. Krishna sees the devotion, the sincerity, not how big is the service or how long is the service. He has his own magnifying glass. So very minute service also we do, he magnifies. Oh my God, this person has done so much for me. I owe my bhakti to this person. So he bestows more bhakti to that person.
If your intention to do this bhakti, devotion, service, giving back, whatever how you want to say, if so that your intention is selfish to yourself because you want to secure yourself, afterlife or
Yeah.
the heavenly planets or whatever, right? So that is a selfish intention.
Initially, yes. See, there are two parts now. You mentioned about heavenly planets also and then liberation also. Correct? There are two parts. So of course,
Even for your own self-security and safety.
you're right. Absolutely right. Yes.
Just,
Yes. So yes. So initially, even liberation also, it is vested interest, right? Or selfish desire. So even that selfish desire also can get dissolved. Then we don't seek that we have to go to Vaikuntha planet to call ourselves we are liberated and serve him. We can be in the material world also and do his job, missionary work. So that also is liberation. Liberation is not relating to any particular place, a state of mind or consciousness, right? Now there are two ways of looking at it. One is that person is not at all affected by the surroundings because he has transcended himself above this modes of nature. The other is person is completely ignorant. He's oblivious what is happening around. So apparently both looks like they are liberated. But the person who is oblivious is not liberated. He's not only aware, but when the person is transcendental, he becomes transcendentalist, transcends himself beyond the level of material nature with full awareness. He's surrounded by the things but not affected. And that is actual liberation also. Being in this world and we are liberated. Then we don't become the part of this world. We be in the world but not of the world.
ultimately you want to come back, whether to be part of it.
Nobody wants to come back. Yeah, then we'll get liberated, no? But see, when the person is really good, qualified, good devotee, and Krishna trusts that person, then Krishna will send that person. On his own wish, on desire, the person will not come back, won't want to come back. But when Krishna sends, the person won't refuse. No? These messengers, prophets and all these, they come because they are sent by Krishna to elevate other people, take them back.
You don't come back to it with your own, your karma. You
Yes,
don't come back to it with the karmic effect. You come
correct,
back to it with the divine.
correct, correct. We won't come back because of the binding effect of the karma, because karma is already dissolved. Yeah. And whenever Krishna sends somebody and that person comes, that person also is karma free. Even though apparently that person may look like behaving like other ordinary people, but he's not affected by
Like the
karma.
Kauravas, right?
Yeah. Sorry?
Like the Kauravas
Pandavas.
came because of Krishna, right?
Yeah, but they don't get they did not get liberated. They got elevated.
Elevated.
Yeah. Pandavas got liberated.
That's one question. Because actually, when somewhere I just read it, the person who passes on Ekadashi gets liberated. How true it is. I mean,
Because Ekadashi is very dear to Krishna. So ordinary people cannot leave the body on Ekadashi day.
so is that true?
Yes, it is true.
But it's not like something meant to be like that. I mean, the time is over, then
Yeah, so person's devotional service, if the person has done enough devotional service, then that person, Krishna will arrange for that person to leave the body on Ekadashi day. Even great yogis also cannot leave the body on the Ekadashi day. It's very difficult for them. But devotees can leave.
whoever passes on that day is liberated. It's over. 100%.
Liberated, yes, 100%.
But that comes twice a month.
Huh? How many?
Ekadashi comes twice.
Correct, but how many people leave the body on Ekadashi day? It proportionately, if you see the population of the world, how many people leave the body on Ekadashi day?
My dad left on Ekadashi.
My mother also left on Ekadashi day. Shravan month Ekadashi day. So, but that doesn't mean that we don't have to do what we are supposed to do after their demise. Whatever things are to be done, we have to do those. Yeah, today was very interactive.
Yeah.
It is supposed to be like that.
Too interactive.
Huh?
Very,
So yes, it's good.
very,
Good
very
points were raised and good points were discussed. Yes.
Was it too interactive? Not even.
Good, should not say too interactive.
compared to every day. I mean, way too.
Yeah, because most of the time it is very passive. So from that perspective, it was too interactive. Yes. No, Makar Sankranti, it assures the person that he can be elevated, because after that the demigod's day starts. No. So when somebody leaves the body, when the demigods are already awake, that person can be elevated to the heavenly planets. That's why Bhishma Dev was waiting for that time. No. Yeah. Yeah. But Bhishma Dev did not go to heaven. He got moksha because Lord Krishna was in front of him when he left the body. So, but he was waiting for that auspicious time, and he had the power to hold onto his breath till that time.
But he was blessed, no, with that he can leave his body whenever he wants.
Sorry,
He was blessed, right? Whenever
blessed by
he
his father.
wants,
Yes,
then only he can leave.
yes, yes. But see what kind of blessing he had. His father blessed him that he can leave. He can die when he wants. He can leave the body. Die is not the right word. He can leave the body when he wants. But he did not bless him that you can live your life the way you want. He also was bound by karma, right?
Painful life.
Yes. But see, because of his devotion, he could tolerate everything, all the turmoils he could tolerate, and then eventually got moksha.
Like arrows.
Yeah, there was no a single millimeter gap between two arrows. So many arrows were shot, but he could hold. Any last question or comment before we conclude?
8:30.
8:30 now.
Yeah.
Oh, quite late, but good. So those who did not read, please read the second canto. It's 8th chapter, right? questions by Parikshit Maharaj. The questions are very interesting. Later on when we discuss answers, so interesting, so deep. That's why they said, the person who has read Bhagavatam, he doesn't have to read any other scripture, any other Veda. These are essence. Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, essence of this is Kali Yuga is not meant for studying the Vedas and all that. Of course, I'm not against it. That they have knowledge, but if we get the whole summary on your hand, then why to waste time on those things? And even those, it is said when people study Vedas and all that, they can become great jnanis, but not necessarily devotees.
But not what?
Necessarily devotees.
So you said Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam or
Yeah.
either one?
Both.
Both, right?
Both.
And.
Yeah. Bhagavatam is about Krishna's leelas, and Bhagavad Gita is direct instructions. So it becomes easier for us to follow the instructions of the person when we know a little bit more about the person. So Bhagavatam is meant for that. That also we can know him about because of his mercy only, not because of our intellectual development, because of our devotion. We are not at that level. We are the mercy case. Case of mercy, not case of sadhana. There are sadhakas, sadhana siddhas, and there are kripa siddhas. So we are in the category of kripa siddha, depending on his kripa. Our sadhana cannot be to that level that we can become liberated because of our own endeavor. We cannot sit at one place for 10-15 minutes, right? So what kind of sadhana we are capable of doing? We are kripa siddhas. So I mean we can become kripa siddhas if we really whatever kripa he is bestowing upon us, we take advantage of that. He is always showering his mercy, but it is up to us whether we can take advantage of that or not. If we take full advantage of that, then yes, then his mercy will be more shown on us, and that can translate into the form of liberation, mukti, not bhukti. Bhukti means we are suffering here. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you.
Next week we are doing Canto 2, Chapter 8.
Yes.